Hello everyone, Lethal Smith here. It is Saturday the 7th of December 2024, just gone 10:30 in the PM. Let's do another quickie reading. Again, I think I got about 4 more after this one. I have to space out during the week. So this is another kind of oldish one, but it's still kind of relevant when Chris was in jail. This is Autism Disorder Deferred Disposition. There we are. And the courts finds by clear and convincing evidence that the criminal conduct was caused by or had a direct and substantial relationship to the person's disorder or disability. That was the expert from the bit we're going to be reading in a minute. So in other words, this is basically saying that because of Chris's condition, he was let off scot-free. It's more or less. Autism disorder deferred disposition is also known as Virginia Code 19.2.3036, is a Virginia law that took effect on the 1st of July 2020, which provides an alternative to a traditional court sentence for those with autism or other intellectual disabilities. It was invoked by David Halberg, who was Chris's lawyer for his August 2021 incest charge. To get that charge dismissed, as a side note, one of the 89 members of the Virginia House of Delegates who voted in favour of 19.2.3036 is Rob Bell, who had previously served as Chris's lawyer in 2011 for his assault and other charges. We've got like a picture here, but it's something that we've already been through. It's Chris's court record. Summary: to qualify for the disposition, a defendant has either been diagnosed with autism, and the court finds that autism either caused or had a relationship for the criminal offence. In other words, yeah, it's basically it. They're basically saying, oh, Chris's autism caused him to rape his mother. That's essentially what this is about. Either pleaded guilty or not guilty, and the facts found by the court would justify a finding of guilt. The court can then defer further legal proceedings without a formal guilty ruling, and place the defendant under probation terms set by the court. Pretty sure Chris has already broken them by now then. If the terms are completed, the defendant may have the charges dismissed. If the terms are violated, a guilty verdict may be rendered. Full text. So this is the explained a little bit more. 19.2.3036, deferred disposition in a criminal case, persons with autism or intellectual disabilities. A. In any criminal case, except a violation of the of 18.2.31, an act of violence as defined in 19.2.297.1, or any crime for which a deferred disposition is provided for by statute upon a plea of guilty or after a plea of not guilty, and the facts found by the court would justify a finding of guilt. The court may, if the defendant has been diagnosed by a psychiatrist. If you're hearing wind now, England is in the midst of a storm, and it is a bad one. It's like the worst one so far. Where the hell am I? And if the defendant has been diagnosed by a psychiatrist or a clinical physiologist with an autism spectrum disorder as defined in the most recent edition of the Diagnosis and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders published by the American Psychiatric Association or an intellectual disability as defined in 37-100, and the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the criminal conduct was caused by or had a direct substantial relationship to the person's disorder or disability, without entering a judgment of guilt with the consent of the accused. After giving consideration to the position of the attorney for the Commonwealth and the views of the victim, defer further proceedings and place the accused on probation subject to the terms and conditions set by the court. Upon violation of the terms or condition, the court may enter a jurisdiction of guilt or guilt fulfillment of terms and conditions. The court may discharge the person and dismiss the proceedings against him without a adjudication of guilt. This shall not limit the authority of any juvenile and domestic revelations court granted to it in Title 16.1. B. Deferred disposition shall be available to the defendant even though he has previously been convicted of a criminal defence, been adjusted, diligent as a juvenile, or had proceedings deferred and dismissed under this section, or any other provision of law, and unless having considered the position of an attorney for the Commonwealth, the views of the victims, and any evidence offered by the defendant, the court finds that deferred disposition is inconsistent with the interest of justice. So that pretty much explains it. I know it just sounded like jargon because it's basically court talk. what was right there. Chris's incest charge. On the 1st of August 2021, Chris was arrested for and charged with incest after the incest call and incest texts were leaked, showing that he has been engaging in sex with his mother, Barbara Chandler, on the 28th of July 2022. That's a new one with Barbara Chandler. On July 28, 2022, the prosecutor filed for a grand jury to consider a felony incest charge against Chris. On the 5th of August 2022, Chris's lawyer, David Hallberg, filed a motion for autism disorder deferral distribution. While the following events are unclear due to the case being sealed at Hallberg's request, although public records still revealed information, the court appears to have granted the deferred disposition motion. On the 8th of August of that year, the grand jury did not present an indictment, and the case was continued. Conditions consisted with the deferred disposition's text that further proceedings are to be deferred. In January 2023, the case records were updated to indicate that the transitional resident housing program Gateway Homes was being considered. On March 27, 2023, Chris was released from Central Virginia Regional Jail and apparently transferred to Gateway. Chris later confirmed that he was sent there. The court then periodically reviewed his case, and on the 8th of August dismissed the incest charge, evidently satisfied with Chris's progress. So in other words, he got off with the autism card and good behaviour. Even though he's still a complete utter nutter. See also autism, which we covered, criminal law, which we covered, therapeutic docket, which we covered a couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week. History of laws, that's a new link, and references there. the players, that's everyone what was involved in this. Who's that? I don't even know who that is. And this was last edited on the 27th of November, and that's probably the last of it. Oh, this crap. Okay, so yeah, that was the autism disorder deferred disposition. Interesting. Interesting to read on this one, because the thing is, I knew that there were like specific guidelines for like, if you like got autism, they probably will just let you get away with the tired card, that sort of thing. But to be fair, that doesn't happen all the time. But in Chris's case, because of the because obviously he's a lolcow, and lolcow seems to get away with murder at most things. It's why he got away with it. It's the lolcow curse. They get away with bloody murder, them freaks. So yeah, this was the reading of this subject here. Tomorrow I'll have a weekly recap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.